one of the most iconic and beloved holiday poems in American pop culture, and we're going to celebrate that tonight. So without further ado, I'm inviting the cast to join me on the stage to present "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," a radio play.
Western Manhattan. It appears that just last night, the Moore family had a unique encounter that took place right in their own home here in Houston Street. Professor, can you tell us what you witnessed?
Of course. Well, it was the night before Christmas when the house, not a creature was stirring. Not even a mouse. That's right, son. Not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care.
In hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be here.
These are two of my children, Benjamin and Margaret.
It's very nice to meet you. Did all of your children witness this, Professor?
Not all of them. These were my light sleepers, so they were up at the first sound. The rest were staying in the rooms. Is that right, dear? This is my wife.
It's nice to meet you, Miss Moore. So, your other children were asleep?
Yes, the children were nestled all snug in their beds.
While visions of sugar plums danced in our heads.
Sugar plums?
Yes, I spent the past week baking, and the children have been eagerly waiting for Christmas Day, when it's our tradition to put out plates of cookies, cakes, and other treats. In fact, I caught one of them trying to sneak a sugar plum when they thought no one was looking.
Sorry. Anyway, Amon, our crew chief, and I and my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap.
What happened then?
Then out on the lawn, there was such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window, I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash.
That's when Ben and I woke up.
Were you frightened?
No, just curious.
The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of makeup to objects below.
So, even though it was night, the moon reflected off the snow in such a way that you could see objects clearly?
That's right, it was beautiful.
Fascinating. Go on.
Then, what to my wondering eyes should appear?
A miniature sleigh.
And a tiny reindeer.
Tiny reindeer?
Yeah, these reindeer weren't large like this. Yeah, sorry, I should tell my own Bible. These reindeer weren't large like this 350-pound caribou they have north. These were very small, about the size of a fawn.
That is small. And they were pulling a sleigh?
Yep, with a little old driver, so lively and quick.
We knew in a moment he must be Saint Nick.
More rapid than eagles, his reindeer they came.
And he whistled and shouted and called it by name.
No Dasher, no Dancer, no Prancer and Vixen.
On Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen.
To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall.
Dash away, dash away, dash away all.
So, what happened then?
Well, up to the housetop, the reindeer they flew with the sleigh full of toys.
And St. Nicholas, too.
And then in a twinkling, we heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof.
As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound.
Astonishing. What did he look like?
Well, he was dressed all in fur, from his head to his foot, and I think his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot.
A bundle of toys he had flung on his back.
And he looked like a peddler just opening his pack.
His eyes, how they twinkled. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses. His nose like a cherry.
His droll little mouth was drawn like a bow.
And the beard on his chin was as white as the snow.
The stump of a pipe yelled tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like
a wreath.
Yes, like a wreath. Yes, like a wreath. Thank you, my dear.
He had a broad face and a little round belly.
That shook when he laughed, like a bowl full of jelly.
He was chubby.
And plump.
All right, jolly old elf.
And we laughed when we saw him in spite of ourselves.
A wink of his eye.
Soon gave us to know we had nothing to dread.
That's a relief.
He spoke not a word, went straight to his work.
then turned with a jerk.
Laying his finger aside of his nose,
And giving a nod,
up the chimney he rose.
Wait, he entered the house through the chimney, and then when he left, he went back up the chimney. He exited the house by going up the chimney.
I know it sounds crazy, but he used the chimney for both his entrance and his exit.
Okay, is that all?
No, not at all. He sprang to his sleigh, and to his team gave a whistle. Away they all flew like the down of a thistle.
But we heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Fascinating. Well, there you have it. A remarkable story of a remarkable visit from a remarkable character. It's important to report that at this time, authorities have yet to confirm this sighting, but Clement Seymour and his family are on the move. They are convinced that they received a visit from none other than St. Nicholas himself at their home in Western Manhattan. This has been Hollywood reporting from the home of Clement Seymour in New York. Back to the regular studio.
Thank you, Holly. That was an interesting report. And now we return to our regular scheduled holiday program.